wait patiently for their turn at the time control in Allowell North. Ahead of them, 200 kilometers of mountainous roads divided over 7 grueling and often scary special stages. Current champions and championship leaders Serge Damso and Vito Bonafide lead the 30-strong field. A victory on this event will secure the championship for the Toyota crew this year. Behind them, Hannes Grobler and Pierre Aries leave the start, intent on ending Serge's and Vito's record-breaking run of victories. Jan Habich and Douglas Judd, hot on the heels of the Bank van Nissen in their Standrick Volkswagen Golf. A nervous aura surrounds Vito at the start of Stage 1, an 18-kilometer run through the foothills of the southern Drakensberg. On cue, Serge powers the Castrol Toyota Conquest into the stage. Hannes Grobler has Cape Tonian Pierre Aries calling back his notes. This is Pierre's first year in national events, and the pressure is heavily placed on this crew to perform well. In the stage, and Serge has the Conquest in full cry. The dry conditions and still morning air leaves a thick dust cloud in their trail. The Sentra appears, the Nissan crew attacking the stage with aggressive intent. Behind them, Jan Habich and Douglas Judd come under starting orders.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 16, left 6 plus long air.
Pace notes are not new to the Volkswagen crew. Compulsory on most international events, Jan and Douglas adapted fast when they finished a creditable 8th on the RAC Rally in the UK late last year.
50.
Their season in South Africa has, however, had a slow start, with the four-wheel drive Golf needing an enormous amount of development. Running well off the leading pace on all of the events so far this year has placed Jan and Douglas well down in 10th place on the National Championship log. The Volkswagen appears to lack power, and the Golf reaches our camera position already 15 seconds off the pace.
40, left 3.
As they've reached the pass, their plight is made worse by the dust left behind by Serge's Toyota and Hannes's Nissan. They eventually lose over 20 seconds to the leaders.
Into right 4, over crest.
Brady Dabner and Guy Hodgson hard at work in the second Class A Toyota Conquest. Still to be developed, the Hyundai is far from its full potential and well down on power at this altitude. But the stage belongs to Hannes, who finished in a time of 7 minutes and 25 seconds, 2 seconds faster than Serge and Vito, who changed their tyre compound for the long second stage. Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley are favoured to win Class C. They complete the stage in 8 minutes and 22 seconds, moving up to 7th place on the scoreboard after their 9th place start. The leaders depart for Stage 2, while the lower order crews prepare for the 44 kilometres that will take them over the infamous and historic Joubert Pass. Serge fights back on this stage, finishing 16 seconds ahead of the Nissan and earning a lead of 14 seconds on the scoreboard. On to Stage 3, and we put a stopwatch on the leading 3 cars over this short pass and bridge to see how the crews compare. Serge hit the gravel at 12 seconds. Next on the road was the Nissan of Hannes Grobler, who stopped the clock on 11 seconds, but finished the stage 4 seconds slower than Serge, extending the Toyota's lead to 18 seconds. Jan Habich starts the clock, but the Golf is visibly slower down the pass, a full 2 seconds lost to Hannes. Enzo Kuhn and Johan Sielung struggle on, pushing the Hyundai as hard as possible. They're already 6 minutes slower than Serge and Vito. Luna de Cunha and Dave McGregor had a side shaft brake on their Nissan, slowing their pace and ending their chances. Leon Botha and Francois Jordan managed to keep their dated Nissan Sentra Coupe in the top 10 over the first 3 stages, but were constantly losing time to the leading two-wheel drive cars. Always a part of the Class C action, Glenn Durman and Dave Levkovitz failed to find their footing on the mountain trial and retired their Class C Toyota on the stage, leaving Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley to fight the Toyota cause in this class. The pace set by Lawrence and Paisley have pushed them up amongst the slower Class A and leading Class B competitors. Chad van der Walt and Cindy Harding recovered on this stage after a bad run on stage 2. They clocked 4th fastest time, just 16 seconds slower than Jan Habig's Class A Golf. Terry Brand and Jeff Tyrer seemed to adapt to the mountain trial roads with ease and were fast becoming a threat to Lawrence and Paisley in Class C. Paolo Piazza Musso and Nick Haddon having a disappointing run in their Uno, despite the advantage of turbo power under the bonnet. Without pace notes, Ball and Olivier had to be happy with their midfield position. The fast pace and loose surface caught Dani Nodia as he found himself facing the way he'd just come. De Cunha and McGregor entered stage 4 late after their repairs, adding a 1 and 10-second penalty to their problems. Ahead of them in the stage, Hannes Grobler and Pierre Aries as they head down the pass into Jörningsnes Kloof.
Right past. 50 right. 100 horseshoe left into blind fast straight.
Having won stages 2 and 3, Serge and Vito have a slender lead of just 18 seconds on the Nissan. The Toyota crew cannot relax for a second. After the pass, the road winds its way through the valley, following the course of the river and crossing it several times.
Into blind fast right. 100 forward into blind fast right, through cattle grid.
Hannes pushes the Nissan hard and is able to better Serge's time, albeit by just 2 seconds. Once through the valley, the road swings right and the cars climb up and out of the kloof.
150, blind fast right, caution, tight.
At this point, Lawrence and Paisley lead the two-wheel drive class cars. Their progress up the scoreboard has been constant over the 3 completed stages. They finished these 27 kilometers just 1 minute slower than Serge Damso. Fighting Lawrence tooth and nail, the Class B leaders, Chad van der Walt and Cindy Harding. Terry Brand and Jeff Tyrer took 7 seconds off Lawrence and Paisley on stage 3 and finished the stage just 2 seconds off the Toyota's time. In 12th place overall and leading Class D, Tunis Viljoen and Andre Vermeulen, already 2 minutes ahead of their class competition. Further down and running in midfield, Alan Mitrovic and Mike Burrows in their Class C Volkswagen Golf. In 18th place overall, the only Class B Toyota of Brian Martin and Barry Keeble on their way to the Barclay East regroup. At the regroup, Nuno de Cunha's saga continues, the Sentra now overheating and blowing steam. Despite their problems, they remain in the top 10 placings. 17 seconds separate the first and second teams, while down in 5th and 6th places, Lawrence and Van der Walt have 9 seconds between them. The remaining 22 cars are fairly well spread out across the scoreboard. With 4 stages completed, just 3 remain for Hannes and Pierre to challenge for the lead. Serge and Vito depart the Barclay East Control on their way to stage 5, 20 kilometers long and one of the fastest stages on the rally route. Despite the lead being so slender, Serge eases himself back into the rally after the lunch break. With a clean sweep of wins this year, the Toyota crew have a record to uphold and the chance of clinching the championship on this event. Hannes, on the other hand, has nothing to lose. His mission is to take just one event from Serge, so breaking the Toyota domination and restoring his own pride. The Nissan crew attack stage 5 with an all-or-nothing attitude, covering the distance in 8 minutes and 5 seconds, winning the stage with an average speed of 146.18 kilometers per hour and reducing the Toyota's lead to just 7 seconds. In third place, but 3 minutes off the leaders, Habich and Judd can but drive for a finish. Their 54-second lead over Dabner and Hodgson too slender to take any chances with. Defending their fifth place, Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley have performed brilliantly, heading the two-wheel drive brigade in the Class C Conquest. But they will have no false illusions about the 9-second lead they hold over Chart van der Waalt and Cindy Harding. Chart has his own point to prove in his newly built Formula 2 car on the mountain trial. The past few events have been spent developing the Volkswagen, and the true potential of the Golf has yet to be seen. On to the penultimate stage, and with our helicopter back in action, we were able to catch the leaders as they started their ascent to the cutting at the very top of Joubert's Pass. For the crews, the beauty of the landscape is lost as they keep their concentration locked on their pace notes and the road ahead. There's no shortcut to Lady Grey from here, and a mistake on this pass would cost the driver and navigator more than just the rally. The Nissan's attack ends on this 44-kilometer stage when a rose joint breaks on the Sentra, affecting the car's handling and thereby reducing their overall speed. Hannes presses on, but loses 22 seconds to Serge over the distance. We join Brady Dabner and Guy Hodgson as they approach the cutting.
Right one, into left one minus, 50.
The descent is more difficult and by far the most dangerous part of the pass. And despite Guy's experience with pace notes, the Toyota is of little threat to Habich and their third place overall.
50, left two, and right 3. Into left 2 minus, 20, left 1 minus, into right 2 minus, 20, left 1 minus, 20, right 3, right 3.
On to stage 7 and the final stage of the NGK mountain trial. The stage follows the southern bank of the Orange River, and although only 9 kilometers long, the surface is soft and tricky bends almost jump out of the drivers.
50, that's a tight left. Now it's fast for a while.
Serge's driving style makes the task look easy from this view within the Toyota. From outside, the aggressive attitude of the Conquest team becomes more obvious.
100 tight left and tight right. 50 meters tight left.
Towards the end of the stage, Serge and Vito hit dust. This slows their pace just slightly, and the advantage of being the first car into the stage is lost as their visibility slowly worsens.
Flying finish. Go, go, go. Okay.
They finished just behind an official vehicle which was in the stage clearing cattle from the road, totally unaware of the charging Toyota behind them. An unimpressed Serge Damso listens to the explanation, only too aware that the incident could have cost them the rally. Hannes is himself slowed in the stage when the Sentra snaps a side shaft, losing 18 seconds to Serge and thus relieving the situation for the Toyota team. Vito is quickly on hand to verify the score sheet, happy that they had bettered the Nissan's time, thereby winning the rally and securing the championship for the 95 season. Jan Habich has a clear run and posts a time just 1 second slower than the Toyota. Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley start the final stage tied with Chart van der Waalt and Cindy Harding. Both crews on a score of 1 hour, 46 minutes and 18 seconds. Chart pulls out all the stops, beating the Toyota to 5th place by just 8 seconds. Both crews remain class winners. An excellent effort by Terry Brand and Jeff Tyrer earns the Volkswagen team 7th place overall and 2nd in Class C. Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seeling kept the Hyundai in the running, ending the event in 8th spot overall. The NGK Mountain Trial certainly gave an exciting end to the 6th round of what's generally been a dull rallying season. Surge and Vito retained their championship status, winning every event so far, and a good event too for Hannes Grobler and Pierre Aries.
Yeah, I think it was one of the best rallies this whole year. I've enjoyed it, and especially the pace notes. It made it very fast, and I think Pierre did a very, very good job. It's his first year in rallying, and I think for the first time out on pace notes, it was very, very good.
We had a nice clean run today, and we had any problems, and it was an exciting event. We had a hell of a good race between Hannes and myself. Second last stage were only 7 seconds difference, and I think this must be the closest we've ever been to get this year, and it was good to see.
This program was proudly